Good evening everybody, and welcome to this review for the Warcry Chimera. So this is the new, or old I should say, Warcry Chimera. It appears to be in the Beasts and Monsters faction, which I've no idea about because I haven't played Warcry yet myself, which in itself I believe is a skirmish type game, much in the vein of Kill Team 40k, but this time for Age of Sigmar. I assume this is just a big monster character that will be running around for your warband to fight. I think it was originally released for the old Age of Sigmar, as the sprues tell me that this is a very old kit, not as new as the packaging may show. This one came on a single sprue in the large box, which surprised me somewhat, as I actually thought it was going to be a multiple sprue kit, but they've been clever there somewhere and managed to pack all of this this MIDI perhaps, onto a single sprue, which is very clever of them. It was very easy to put together, although there were a couple of mistakes in the instruction manual. There are a couple of parts which had the wrong assembly number written on them. However, luckily they do look very different to the numbers given and the part that they were supposed to represent, so you could just spend a couple of seconds scanning around the sprue for the part you actually needed. It was a bit interesting, as I second guessed myself a few times and wondered if I was going to make a huge mistake, but we did get there in the end. The quality of the kit is pretty good, the detail is there, I can't complain about that at all. It's built up to about 6 inches high, so it's a fairly sizable kit. It's not a small kit at all, but still not a huge kit like one of the Imperial Knights perhaps. So value wise it's pretty good. I think this one cost me about £27.50 from Games Workshop themselves, so I think it used to cost £25, but now you're paying another £2.50 for the opportunity to have the Warcry cards that come bundled with it. But for this price point, this is a pretty big monster or kit that you would get for around that price. Most kits would be half the size of this. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that it was only on the single sprue. This one took me, I think, about 2 hours to build, not including that base there. That was probably another half hour on top of that. It was quite a fun 2 hours, apart from that naughty instruction manual error there. The kit came with no options, so what you see there is your only way to build the kit, unless you fancied some kit bashing or conversions. I suppose you could lean it further over, making him flatter to the ground. That would be about it. Maybe you want to bend his tail somewhat more, but that is the only option in the kit, just as is as per the box art. There were no parts left over, so nothing to go into the bits box. But all in all, I would have to say the Chimera is a pretty good kit. Aside from those couple of instruction issues, which we're going to let go, it's a pretty good kit. At the end of the build, there was one glaringly obvious issue, which you can see, is there were a lot of gaps. Now, I have used rather a lot of green stuff on this to fill it, probably taken about 3 or 4 layers just to fill up the gaps in a nice smooth manner. That's probably the worst part of the kit. If you're experienced in kits in any way, shape or form, where you feel that you could fill a kit, you're not going to have any issues really. But a youngster or someone who may just want to build this out of the box and then you paint it, you're going to see some pretty glaring gaps there at the end of the day. The worst ones I think were in the feet and in the hands, possibly on the back of the head, down the neck of that middle head there. Oh, and the tail. So that's pretty much all the gaps there, isn't it? But yes, I would have to say I'd recommend this kit against all those issues, purely for the fact of the price point. I think this one's pretty good value for money. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you've bought a Chimera, and I cannot wait to get onto painting this guy on Thursday. I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.